solo ambulanze, e per il coraggio di riprendersi, di lottare, di tornare a sorridere, per il coraggio di stare insieme, di andare sui balconi a esultare come faremo adesso. Siamo campioni d'Europa! Alzala la coppa, capitano, alzala!
The Calcio Guys is a weekly podcast by Adriano DiNardo, Gianni Della Colli, and myself, Nicholas Di Giovanni. We want to bring Calcio back to its roots in our communities and share stories from around the world about why we're passionate about the beautiful game. You can listen to us anywhere where you listen to your podcasts, including Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, iHeart Radio, and Mixcloud. Give us your opinion on social media at The Calcio Guys on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The intro song is Fireworks by Jazar.
Siamo noi, siamo noi, i campioni d'Europa, siamo noi, siamo noi, siamo noi, i campioni d'Europa, siamo noi. That felt good. Calcio Guys, Adriano DiNardo, Nicholas Di Giovanni. I usually do your name first, Gianni Della Colli. Special setup this week. Bear with us, whoever's going to tune in live.
To like the 5 people of you, thank you.
So far 3.
Hey, we got 3.
God bless you all. God bless you all.
If you want to join, let us know. We'll just have people on the fly over here. Mike is in between us, so if the sound is bad, just let us know. Man, I think when we started this podcast, I kind of told you guys on Sunday when we started this podcast, if you told us, back in September 2018 that Italy would be at the, I was just about to say be in the Euro 2025. Nah, they weren't even in, just in it. They won it. They won the whole thing. I would have said you're crazy. If you told me that before this tournament, I would have agreed with you. It's not like this is a major shock, to be honest. Obviously it wasn't an easy thing, but they had a shot going in and they took advantage of their shot. They won. And, we've seen the videos. We've seen the videos from 2017. Seen the videos from today. So nearly 4 years.
Feels good.
The transformation, Mancini, just an unbelievable turnaround.
Yeah, it's well, it was something that we all kind of knew that was going to happen in terms of the talent that we saw back in like 2016, 2017 when 2017 when the qualifications just did not go our way, especially in the early half of 2018.
Anthony DeVito, ciao fratelli.
Like we saw like the disappointment with Ventura did with the team. We knew that they had more to give and they were too talented to get that kind of result. We knew that it was wasted potential, and just the fact that we actually even won the Euro Cup is euphoric enough. Like, it's amazing. Like, I
still can't believe it.
Yeah, especially when if you would have told me like when we started our qualifications, we would have had the roster to win. I would have said we have a good roster. Even prior to the tournament starting, like, I'll be happy with a semifinal appearance. I'm like, I don't think we have the way, like, we don't have a team to beat France, for example, if we were to meet them. But lo and behold, we're Euro Cup champs.
You know what? I think we were all going to be happy with maybe semifinals. That's kind of what we predicted. I think we would have been kept our heads up high if we would have bounced out in the semis. What a magical day! I'm just excited today as I was on Sunday when we got to win. I think we're all in the same boat, Anthony. But you know what? It feels so great, and for a country that went through so much in the past year. To see everybody, all Italians all over the world, smiling together, embracing, and just being together, I think is like the cherry on top for me. I think we mentioned it time and time again on this show. Hats off to Mancini. He's really been our savior in this run. And you know what? This tournament has been so unpredictable that many people would have picked France, or many people would have picked, I don't know, Germany or whatever, England, for example. But you know what? We got the job done when we faced the bigger teams, guys. We were able to come out on top, and that's credit to the team, the group, Mancini, Vialli, the staff, De Rossi, everybody. It goes from top to bottom. and we can't be any happier.
Lucci! 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 Ole, 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 ole! Lucci! Lucci!
Guys, wait, Lucci's here, so guys got to pull the Lucci. Just half screen face. Nick, the other way. Let's go. There we go.
But you know what, guys, we're super excited, and couldn't be happier. And again, this celebration is going to go on for a while. I think personally, I just can't get over the feelings.
Luch, if you want to come on, shoot me a message on Twitter. I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
come on for a bit.
bit.
But boys, every celebration needs a drink, right?
Absolutely.
Courtesy of your mom, Jenny.
Yeah,
God
my
knows,
mom's homemade limoncello.
God knows how old this is.
It's probably about 3 years old.
I don't know. I don't think Mancini was a coach when this was made. I don't know.
No, but
It's gonna put more chest hairs on your.
it's
chest.
strong. Just get ready for it.
All right, let's go. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it still smells good.
Oh,
It still smells really good. I love. You understand how nice it smelled in the house when she was making this fresh. What's up?
if
It's
it's
a bit clunky at the bottom.
oh fuck.
Okay, I'll take the clunky part.
Okay, I'll give
Okay.
you this one. So guys, bear
We
with
kept
us.
this in the freezer, right?
Yeah.
I hope
Bear
so.
with
time,
us.
yeah.
We are pouring ourselves shots of limoncello. I was gonna say grappa, but limoncello it is, courtesy of
Mickey Chaffee.
Mickey Chaffee.
Hey, Ma. Thank you so much, Ma.
We love you. From a Napolitano woman, right?
From an Apollodon woman. There we go.
This can be bad, right?
Guys, I have a special dedication for this drink, and I know you guys aren't gonna like this.
Oh fuck.
I
Hey,
think
which
I know.
Juve player is
No,
this
no,
for?
no, no. This goes to Gianpiero Ventura, because without him, without that loss against Sweden, I don't think Italy would have won the Euros. I'll be honest.
Okay, it started a callus, yeah.
Because
So we're cheering. We're cheers.
grazie Ventura.
Salute.
Very strong. Because I was thinking about this.
Wow.
Let's
I
say
told you.
It's amazing.
Let's say Italy beats Sweden, they play in the World Cup, probably knocked out in group stage. They don't, and then they'll be like, oh, they'll use an excuse.
Yeah, they wouldn't have had the passion for
Yeah.
to disprove things.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, we made the World Cup at group stage. There'll be one excuse or another.
Yeah.
And Billy, and
We're gonna be putting on. We're gonna be doing like a nice little post for the shirts after. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
And what I was saying, they go to the World Cup. Maybe things don't turn around for them. Losing like that, 2 games against Sweden turned things around, and that's the reason why Mancini came in. He changed things around, and he started off this revolution. And if you guys follow the Azzurri on Instagram, Twitter, their hashtag for this victory is Rinascimento Azzurro.
Azzurro, yeah.
And that's perfect. Whoever came up with that at the marketing team at the
That's
FIGC,
Yeah.
perfect, because it was a Rinascimento. They were reborn after that. And, I'm happy for the players that suffered that loss against Sweden. You see the pictures of Belotti, Insigne, Immobile, Bonucci, Florenzi.
They got robbed of a World Cup. That could have been great experience
Yeah.
for them. Like in 2016, like guys like Insigne and Immobile were barely starters. Like they were just basically like riding the wave, like subbed on like the 30th minute. Like mind you, Conte had a system, was working well, but 2018 was supposed to be their show. And it was like a spiritual successor to, I keep on using this example because I love it. It was like a spiritual successor to Quadriella di Natale, where 2010, they got robbed of their experience with a very poor group stage showing because Lippi really wanted to use guys like Iaquinta because he had trust in guys like Iaquinta. Now, I don't blame him for going with guys that he had trust with, but when you have some of the top scorers in Serie A on your bench, like, why aren't you using them? So, like, just Immobile and Insigne there just reminded me of, like, these are guys that are in their prime. They have a chance to win a trophy, and they did, which was fantastic.
And continue. I think just a fire in their belly too.
Yes,
is
yeah.
what I was gonna get to.
Yeah, like Italy always does well when their backs are against the wall. 82 after the scandal that happened 2 years before that and involved Paolo Rossi.
Yeah,
and he himself, mind you, there's arguments that said he was made as a scapegoat, but like he himself came back, won top scorer of the tournament, was the MVP and everything. '06 with Calciopoli, and now 2021
Yeah.
with the whole Ventura incident and Italy getting to the lowest point in FIFA rankings in their history.
20th.
20th or 21st?
I believe 20th.
Either way, it was the lowest they ever been for the men's team. And it showed that Italians are the type of people that don't doubt them. And and not to say they're just spiteful people.
Doubt them. They're better when they're doubted.
Yes, but if you doubt, but as I'm saying, like, don't doubt them because they're gonna disprove you hard if you doubt them.
What I gotta say is never count Italians out, and that goes for anything. And you know what? This team, like Nick said, the rebirth under Mancini. Johnny has a pitching shoulder here. Sorry,
Celebrating too hard.
Celebrating too hard. The joints are getting a little stiff, but no, I think it's perfectly said. The rebirth, the fire in the belly. These players knew it, and if anybody on social media saw that video of Mancini, when was that little series before the tournament started, that he's in the locker room and he's going through the lineups and he's basically telling the team that, guys, you guys know what to do. You guys know what we have. We have a special group. We're able to play our game, and the rest will take its course. And that's exactly what happened throughout the whole tournament. This team played its style, played their game, and you know what? It ended up paying off big time in the end. But they were going to stick to what they had, to their guns from the beginning to the end. And like I said, it worked out perfectly for the Azzurri. And I think we couldn't be any happier as Azzurri fans, as Italians, Italian Canadians, Italian Americans, wherever you are. You have to be
Italian Australian,
shout out,
Argentinian,
Italian, wherever you
Italian,
are,
Scottish.
You got to be proud. And this is the time to show it. And it just couldn't get any better,
guys. Championship teams, they come close together, right?
We're gonna embarrass ourselves now.
They come close together, right?
Oh God!
Just like you on the Calcio guys, where we come close together. And you saw this team; they were really close, especially after Spinazzola got hurt.
Yeah.
Ole, 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 ole,
Spina, Spina, ole, 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 Spina, Spina.
So you saw it, and they kind of developed this song of the summer that was reborn from 31 years ago. Rinascimento of sorts for that song.
There we go.
Un'estate italiana.
It's an Italian summer, baby. Let's go.
Sotto il cielo di un'estate italiana e negli occhi tuoi voglia di vincere una estate, un'avventura di più.
And that's why we're not singers, guys. That's why we're not singers.
Che bella canzone. Thank you, Anthony. Oh man, that was fun. Honestly, I have this song stuck in my head. Like I've been singing it since Sunday,
it's on
basically.
repeat every fucking day, guys. It's incredible.
For me, it's Sodato Innamorato.
Oh, that's another banger. Or Azzurro.
Or Coro Azzurro.
È lungo per me.
That one I can't sing. I bit the chorus, but don't quit your day job, boys. Thanks, Lucci.
We won't.
Joe!
Jose!
Ole, 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 ole! Jose! Joseph, it's been a while. We need to know how the celebrations were in Toronto. Dan, Joseph, if you guys want to come on.
But we know. We know from the videos. We know from the videos.
You know what? We like to make fun of Italians from Toronto. We do here in Montreal.
Well, yeah, because the Montreal Italians are way better than Italian Toronto. I'm putting it out.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
You know what? The pictures I saw in Woodbridge, I think at Market Lane, or I don't know if it was Market Lane or St. Clair.
But don't forget, they have twice the population of Italian Canadians than we do.
Well, no, just twice the population of people, right? So
that's true.
Even if you're not Italian, you could still go out and celebrate. And you know what? I don't know too much about Toronto geography, but I feel like if you're gonna go like based on what I saw from the outside, if you're gonna go celebrate the win, you're either going to go to Market Lane or St. Clair. Here, you're going to go to Laval. You're going to go to LaSalle. You're going to go to Little Italy. You're going to go to RDP. You're going to go all these different locations. It's not like centralized, you know. Maybe Boston Italians in the North End, not bad either. I saw a couple of videos from there.
I need to go to Boston when they have the Festa St. Anthony's feast at the end of every summer. I think it is St. Anthony's. I really need to go down, especially I love that city. Bruins fan. I've been there many times. Beautiful city. North End is amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I really want to go for the feast one year just because it's. Have you guys ever seen photos?
No.
Streets are packed.
Yeah.
It's like those old school feasts from back in the day that we used to have at the park.
And all that. Yeah. But guys, I think we should get back to.
What were we talking about? We're talking about soccer. Huh?
Maybe the game. Like, let's get actually back to the game.
But first, before we talk about the game, I wanted to ask you guys. So this was postponed a year.
Yeah.
Do you think Italy would have won last summer?
Oh, I think it's a tough question to ask. Obviously, now that everything happened, the team won. We're on cloud 9. I think we would have said yes right away. But I don't know. It would have been a different team. You know what I mean? Like, even just look before the tournament. Like, I don't know. Matteo Pessina wasn't supposed to be there. We would have had Stefano Sensi instead.
Well, he's always hurt, so.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, let's say, knock on wood, he was healthy, and, Pessina's not there. We don't have that goal di Pessina it was the Wales game,
game.
Right? So, there's these small moments, like, I don't know, maybe Locatelli wouldn't have emerged the way he did this past season in Serie A. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of question marks. What I do know is that Mancini would have had his group together. That I know for a fact. That the team would have been united, guaranteed. The player selection might have been a bit different. Maybe we would have seen Keane. Zaniolo maybe wasn't going to get hurt. There's many question marks. So I think it's a tough question to ask if they would have won it all. I think we would have been confident in saying at least semis as well for that prediction. But again, we predicted semis for this one, and they won the whole damn thing. So for our predictions, it doesn't really matter. But I think they would have went far, and the group would have been united no matter what.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I would think we would have won it. I actually would say no. I don't think we would have won it. I think the team wouldn't have been as united as they are now.
So you disagree?
I disagree. I don't
think so.
I think we probably would have just won like the semis or something, or even quarterfinals. Like, I don't think we would have actually won it the whole way. But it worked in our favor because the players got one more year of experience in their relative positions. I mean, like, Barella got a chance to really develop well with Inter and win the Scudetto, and also develop a feeling of what it takes to win. Jorginho won Champions League this year,
you're right.
and he won the Europa League title too. Like, well, that was the year before. Like, he saw like what it takes to get to a final and win in that final. I mean,
Jorginho Ballon d'Or.
Insigne got the Coppa Italia last year. Chiesa would have not been with Juve yet. Chiesa would have still been with the Fiorentina Chiesa, which it wasn't a bad Chiesa, but it would have been a Chiesa that's used to being too much of the let me take the whole team on my back type of Chiesa than let me be a supportive type of player that Pirlo kind of turned him into. Like Chiesa's still a very dominant player, as we can see, but like he would have still been so used to the fact that I need to somehow just get the flaps on, drive the net type of thing.
I agree with Joe. Italy won, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
attaboy, Joe.
Let's just end the podcast now. Italy won. Let's go down to Market Lane or St. Clair and just celebrate again.
There was a lot that happened in that year. Let's just say there was a lot that happened in that year, and I think it was better for the team in the long run.
I don't think Italy would have won last year because Chiellini was still hurt.
That's true.
Chiesa and Barella were still a year younger, right?
Yeah.
And they developed a lot this year. Okay, let's say hypothetically, tournament is played last year and they win. They would have won with a different style. They would have won. Immobile was playing with a lot more confidence then. He was coming off the Scarpa d'Oro, a lot more confidence. Caputo probably would have been there, and he fits the 4-3-3 a lot better than both Immobile and Belotti. So you would have had that option. Who else? Zaniolo was still hurt last summer.
Zaniolo right now is a beast.
Yeah. Maybe Pellegrini is there. Maybe Sensi's there. I think it would have been more.
But Pellegrini wasn't the same last year as Pellegrini was this year.
Yeah,
this season, Pellegrini really came into his own for Roma.
I agree.
Last year, Pellegrini was still in developmental stages. Like he wasn't terrible, but he wasn't the key player that Roma needed this year, for example.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I think I mean, I don't want to say the pandemic had a hand in this, maybe blessing in disguise if you want to call it, but I think with the win now, it brought so much more joy to the Italians in Italy. They went through a lot.
You could have said that with anybody won, right?
No,
Yeah,
I know.
But just to play devil's advocate here, I'm just going to back up AG for a second. Italy was also one of the biggest epicenters for the pandemic at the beginning.
What I'm trying to get
Especially
at.
the first one. Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Especially, so that's where I kind of you're right. Any nation would have been like, oh, we needed this celebration after like a year of pandemic and lockdown. I agree 100%. But I think Italy had that extra step because of the pandemic, of being the epicenter.
They've had an extra motivation with, like you guys mentioned, not qualifying for 2018. You listen to Del Piero talk on ESPN. He's mentioned it the whole way through. It was a dark time. We've mentioned it too. It was a dark time. The worst. It was 60 years they hadn't made the World Cup. It was the first time in 60 years.
Yep.
Like, you speak of Italy, you speak of Calcio, you that's like bread and butter, right? So, extra motivation there, not qualifying, the pandemic, just injuries and doing it for players, doing it for Vialli, doing it for Spinazzola, De Rossi brings that veteran experience, in the locker room as well, not as a player, but as a, part of the team.
And as a table slider.
And as a table slider, if anybody saw that flying through the table on the beer there, that was incredible. But it's stuff like that gives this team more fire.
Another thing I want to bring up, because I just put my hand out because I want to say the next point. This was also a very big coming out party, so to speak, for a lot of Serie A talent. Like Gosens, for example, he wasn't really getting the attention that he deserved, and then he had that phenomenal game versus Portugal, I believe, right? It was that game where he got man of the match.
Yes.
Italy had the most goals. Hold on, I have the stats here. Shout out to Patrick Driscoll on Twitter.
28 goals, I believe.
He didn't have a chance to update it completely yet including the final, but this was right before the final. 37 goals out of 131 goals in this tournament were by Serie A players. So there was 14 man of the matches out of 51 for Italian players in this tournament. So it just goes to show, like, it wasn't the man of the matches. We fell behind by 1 to the English Premier League, but we were far ahead in terms of goals. We had 37 compared to 30 and from the Premier League players. Like, it kind of was showcasing that Serie A has talent. We're not a farmers league that people have this intention of thinking that we are.
Best league in the world.
I agree 100%.
I say it all the time.
And you know what? Going into the game on Sunday, I felt like it was like not just Italy versus England, but it was almost Serie A versus Premier League.
That's a very, very valid statement to make.
Maybe that was just on Twitter, but
no, but it kind of felt that way.
Italy basically saved football on Sunday.
we got far away from saving
football from going home. It's never been there, but
it's never. Why would it go home to a place where it's never been?
It's just going on a trip.
It's coming to Rome. It's coming to Rome. It's coming to Rome. It's coming to Rome.
If you kind of if you kind of squint and get your eyebrows a bit thicker, you probably look like Bonucci.
Bonucci.
Yeah, you just got to get a bigger mustache going, and then you can pull off a Bonucci. And Nicholas could be our knockoff Chiellini.
Where's my number? There's it, number 19, right there.
Nicholas could be our knockoff Chiellini. I'll be the knockoff Gordon Panda. How about that?
But yeah,
that's a very valid statement to make. It was like
the game Sunday. We'll talk about the game. 2 minutes in, Luke Shaw scores. Honestly, guys, I don't know about you, but I wasn't too worried. I told my family, if you're gonna concede, the best time to concede is probably early on, because then you have 88 minutes left to score. And
yeah,
and they were. I wasn't worried when they scored, but then like the next 10-15 minutes was, England tried to, press for a second. So I was like, oh shit, okay, hopefully this doesn't turn into Spain 2012,
But that's exactly what I was thinking.
And then suddenly the Tide start.
Wait,
Melbourne,
Australia,
huge.
Hello from all Italians from Melbourne, Australia. Thank
All
you so
Italians,
much.
every single one.
God bless.
Grazie.
Grazie.
They had an awesome viewing party. I saw
did.
some photos
in
like
Melbourne,
that.
yeah. 5 a.m.
On Instagram, was it
ridiculous.
Calcio Club on Instagram? Shout out, guys.
Beautiful photo.
Melbourne Italians.
That viewing party was amazing.
And what I was saying, like once the Tide started turning and Italy started dominating possession, I said, no way we're losing this game.
No, like I that's what was my initial thought too when basically the 2-minute goal came in like out from Luke Shaw, and I'm like, and Di Lorenzo didn't have his guy. I was just there like, please don't let this game happen as a loss because Di Lorenzo slept for a second. Like I was like, of all things to ruin a guy's confidence is to like, let's say if they would have potentially lost because of a single mistake. And Di Lorenzo had a solid tournament all throughout. But and I was thinking like, don't let this be another 2012. Don't let this be another 2012. But we dominated possession. We were having a hard time kind of cracking the line, getting offensive chances, but we were doing very well. We were pressing. We're very offensive. I think Southgate made a mistake of parking the bus early after getting that early goal. Usually, like when you're, I always use the same because I heard it once from Jack Edwards. It's like when your foot's on the neck, you just go for it. You don't hold back, type of thing. And I think England kind of held back, and that's what caused Italy to like push the foot away and basically come back to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, what
Grazie
is that?
molto.
Love your podcast. Grazie Forza Italia.
Thank you so much for that.
Grazie a voi. I was pissed off to concede like that. A team that hadn't conceded much in the tournament, just to open the game. All the anticipation. We are so excited. All the build up to get almost not deflated, thank God, but just to get hit. So early on, 2 minutes in, Luke Shaw, and then here I'm going. I'm like, oh, here we go. This better not, like the guy said, this better not be 2012 all over again. This better not be, the collapse. I don't want to see it on social media after. But like Nick said, and we mentioned it, we were talking, I remember on our way to Little Italy, after the game, where, like you said, I rather concede 2 minutes in than with 2 minutes left in the game. So, Lord Bernardeschi said it in the post game. We were confident, going, after the 2 minutes, the rest of the game, 88 minutes later, and some, we were confident that we would be able to come back. So, it still gave the Azzurri plenty of time to come back. They kind of took their time easing into the game. I found, it took them about, I would say 20-25 minutes to really get into the game. England started off strong, but once they got in there, once they got, a bit more hold of the game and, controlling in the tempo, it was only a matter of time, that they would score. I thought, at least. I would have liked for it to come before halftime. It didn't. But again, it's credit to this team. We saw back in the Belgium game when they were up 2-0, that BS penalty, okay. Lukaku scores, and what happens? The team didn't score, but rebounded and stayed the course. Same thing for me happened in this game against England. They went into the locker room, came out strong enough to get a goal in about the 67th minute, I think it was, and it was who else but Mr. Bonucci. And where's the jersey? There it is. And Bonucci. And love him or hate him, he came up huge in this tournament alongside Chiellini, and he got us the goal alla Materazzi. I think many people are saying
Very comparable.
Very comparable.
Both were center backs, right?
Both were center backs.
Not liked among the Serie fans.
What was the other comparison? It came
off a corner.
After conceding first, exactly. So all the things, all the stars aligned pretty much after that goal. I thought it could have ended in 90 minutes. It didn't. But again, extra time came. They stayed the course. We had our subs in. And you know what? This team still fought. I thought, Southgate putting on, who was it, Rashford and Sancho. Mm-hmm. And before I continue, this racism stuff towards them. They did not lose this fucking final because they put in these players they missed and Saka too. None of that. We don't condone it. We hate to see it. It happens in Italy. It happens in England. It should not happen in football.
100%.
And let's just basta. Just keep it like that. We hate to see that. And win, lose or draw. You don't want to see that to your competitors, and any player should go through that is ridiculous in our opinion.
Yeah. And a friend of mine who's a very, very big Man United fan. Sorry, my foot's itchy. That's why I'm off camera. Very, very big Man United fan. He was telling me that Rashford was actually injured throughout the entire tournament, but it was like a playable injury.
Yeah.
So like imagine that, like it's like a Zaza moment where it's like like you come in cold. You don't have many touches with the ball, if any, like if not one. And you're asked to take a very important penalty shot,
Yeah, their penalty selection was strange. I hope managers learn now. Don't put on a player just for penalties because then they're gonna miss.
That's exactly what Southgate did.
Zaza, Sancho, and Rashford. But even Zaka, like I saw him coming up. It's like he has to score that. I saw him coming up. I'm like, why is he going? He's 19 years old. I didn't think in my head he was going to miss it, but I'm thinking, why you have one of your youngest players have that much pressure? I know your first one should be your one of your best ones too. That's why they went with Harry Kane, but they did have other players. They did have Sterling. They did have Grealish. I don't know if you guys saw,
but in general they're a very young team too.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying Sterling or Grealish could have taken that fifth penalty.
Yeah.
I saw on Twitter. Like Sky Sport UK tweeted exactly what I said. Sterling or Grealish should have stepped up to take the penalty.
Captain Jack.
And then Grealish quote tweeted that and said, "I volunteered.
Wow.
And I volunteered. The gaffer made excellent decisions all tournament. But don't say I didn't volunteer to take a penalty." So it obviously was a bunch of players saying they're going to take it, and then Southgate deciding, and what made him think to put a 19-year-old. It's almost like when you guys play FIFA and you go to penalties, your default penalty takers are going from best to worst. So your fifth kicker is your fifth best. So what I always do, I leave the first one, I'll take the second one and put him fifth in FIFA.
Yeah.
So it's as if Southgate did that. They just looked at their player ratings or something. He just probably had Football Manager open on his phone or something. So I
think he went by position besides Harry Maguire, who had a phenomenal shot.
Yeah, that was sexy.
Yeah. Well, he's pretty good from outside of the box. If you look at some of his goals, he's got a leg on him, and he's also good in the air too. I like to crap on Harry Maguire because some of his passes are just duh. They're fun to laugh at, and especially you find out that Man United paid $90 million for him.
The transfer fee was ridiculous.
But once again, my friend Joey, who was very, very big on Man United, he said it perfectly for Harry Maguire. If he trusts you as a partner, he's going to play phenomenally well as a defender. But if he doesn't trust you at all, he's going to try too hard, and that's where you see all these silly highlights because he's trying too hard because he has no faith in whoever's playing with him. But I have to give Harry Maguire a shout out. He played very well, had some dangerous opportunities. He scored a very nice penalty. He really showed up for England, but yeah, he went with just back to the whole point of what your shooters that were chosen for England. It was just basically who's our best offensive guys.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it was who's our best offensive guys. Let's just put them, give them a shot. But
you put trust in the manager to make the right decisions. Unfortunately for Southgate, it didn't work out. Mancini, it did. It also happened that he had one of the best goalies in the world at the moment, Donnarumma, in the back there, stopping 2 penalties. Thankful for the post on Rashford's shot, but I don't know.
Pickford did a good job too. He also stopped 2 penalties.
You know what I mean?
The difference was that post.
And when Jorginho stepped up, I was
I wanted. Oh my god!
I thought it was gonna end there. I think every Italian Azzurri fan would have thought that it would have ended there. Jorginho never misses his classic hop, step, shoot technique. It's it reminds me of Balotelli back in the days. This guy, they don't miss. When he missed, I fell to my knees. I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't believe it. Credit to Pickford there.
I wanted to end there. I don't know about you guys, but after the save, the celebration was a bit muted almost. Like, Donnarumma's just walking away, Like, if, Jorginho scored, we could have had, like, a Grosso moment or something. He would have been running in celebration or something.
But you know what? I think it was so funny. You know what? And again, credit to Donnarumma, hell of a game, player of the tournament at the Euros. And, that save, that ice-cold walk-off. Apparently, I'm listening to videos. He didn't even realize that they had won the damn thing. I'm like... That either shows that he's like laser focused or this guy is like
dumb.
Doesn't know how to count to
doesn't know
five.
how to count, but he knows how to save the ball. So I don't know, but whatever it was, we're so grateful. We're so happy, and you know what? What caught me, guys, is that Mancini being emotional at the end.
Of course.
For me, I'm a sucker for those things. It caught me right away. I saw him so emotional, tears. This guy has been, level-headed, staying the course the whole time, hasn't shown much emotion, knows where, the team's strengths are, and has, just continued to do his job. And the team has done their job. And after that save and, check the VAR, maybe, I don't know, VAR, whatever, they finally knew they won. And the emotion for Mancini, it was so, merited and great to see. And, again, we owe so much to Roberto Mancini.
This is what the winning save sounded like on Sky with Fabio Cressa.
Sì! Grazie signore che ci ha dato il calcio! Grazie signore che ci ha dato il calcio! Che ci fa abbracciare! Che
Abbracciami,
ci fa
Fabio.
sognare!
Abbracciami.
Che ci fa
Abbracciami.
Che ci fa vincere! Grazie! Siamo campioni d'Europa, Italia!
Campioni d'Europa! Campioni d'Europa!
Grazie!
I think one of my favorite also moments from that, like I shared the video on my Instagram and my Facebook, when like the camera angle from after Donnarumma saved it on the field, you hear the players in the background.
Siamo campioni d'Europa, Ciccio!
Yeah. You say Ciccio, ci siamo campioni d'Europa, Ciccio.
It was priceless.
So, obviously a fantastic celebration. We took to Twitter. We asked, a couple of people what their celebrations were like. Milan Weekly podcast. I guess that was
Shout out Steve.
I guess that was Steve. Yeah,
Steve and Vinny, but this is Steve typing.
yeah. I was lucky enough to be watching the game at Chacharo's in St. Leonard. Once Donnarumma stopped that last penalty, the bar exploded. I froze, then turned, then hugged my brother-in-law, my friend Fadzi, and his wife. Then a celebration with everyone. It was a feeling I will hold on to forever. Crew G6 said, hugged my brother's girlfriend and mother. My nonna was almost in tears. Forza Italia. That's nice. When I first read this tweet, not gonna lie, I thought it said brother and girlfriends. I was like, oh man, guys keeping busy.
It's okay. Shout out.
And then Luca Ruzzoni, he was at Wembley.
That was amazing.
He was at Wembley. That's awesome.
I saw this.
I was at Wembley. I actually don't remember the moments after Donnarumma saved the penalty. I only know that a guy from Rome with a Totti t-shirt hugged me saying, Te voglio bene, L'Italia boat. I don't know. Maybe there's a mistake here. I will remember it for the rest of my life. Yeah, beautiful. How did you guys react?
So
Screaming, but go, John.
okay, so I hosted a barbecue at my house. Had some friends over. You guys were invited, but you guys didn't show up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Had some friends over. And,
Is there more limoncello there?
A bit.
Well, no, the vaso.
Yeah. So
No chunks.
we had some of my friends there. Shout out to especially some regular listeners like Kutras and Jan. The reason why I'm giving them a shout out is because literally after Donnarumma made the save, I had a TV on like in front of us, like outside in the backyard. I ran towards it, but then I just see Jan to my right, and we just embraced each other. We were just like hugging each other so tight. Like, it was like, you know what it felt like? You know when Ronaldo was hugging his teammate when Portugal won the Euro?
Oh, yeah.
It was like one of those moments. And I started just hugging all my friends left, right, and center. Like, it was euphoric. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking screaming like a madman. It was incredible. I was with my family. I was at home. We were all there. My dad actually like wasn't feeling the greatest, so he actually went upstairs to bed and not like fell asleep there, but just went to go rest. And he wasn't watching the penalties, but if he knew, he can definitely hear, because I was screaming like a madman every time something big happened. And again, when Gigio made that save, I went crazy. My sister, my brother, my mother, my dog was there. Billy barking like a madman as well. And then I ran upstairs and went to go hug my father. It was just...
the dog's name is Billy?
Billy, yes.
Oh my God.
And he has one blue eye for the Azzurri. So, I went to go hug my father, and, the dog almost jumped on the bed. It was just one of those moments that, you'll cherish for the rest of your life. We always say it with the memories from 06. We're going to say it for these memories, of Euro 2020. Hugged this guy over here, Nick, when he passed by, and we
broke a water bottle.
Broke a water bottle, almost my finger. But you know what? It didn't matter. We made it to Little Italy. Got to hug Gianni, and again, it's beautiful because we were all together at one point. After this incredible game, and I love everybody that I was with, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, for me, like, I was hoping Jorginho was going to score, and when he missed that, like, I just felt like my heart sank, like, shit, we just, hopefully we didn't blow it, and, like, I jumped up, like, come on, and then, when Donnarumma made that save, I just jump up, I jump towards the TV, then I see him just walking, I'm like, whoa, okay, wait, is there a VAR check or something, and then they show I think on the TV, they showed Xhaka, like, I found the broadcast, like...
Saka, not
yeah,
Xhaka.
Saka.
Xhaka, sorry.
You said Shaka. Like,
no, it's S-A.
Sorry.
Yeah, Saka.
Too much limoncello.
It's okay.
They showed Xhaka, and they were showing more of the England players. They weren't even showing the Italy players, I know this is UEFA, producing the broadcast, and it was kind of like a muted celebration. It kind of took like a couple of seconds to realize, hey, we're the champions, So, I was happy, call my cousin from Italy.
Fuck. I forgot to say that.
Yeah, and then, but for me, the better part was going to Little Italy at night. And for me, it's nice because I remember going there in 2006, right? To Little Italy. Obviously, you guys weren't there. I mean, I were, but we didn't meet up.
No, we didn't meet up, but I was there.
Okay, you were already there. Yeah. That time I went with my, my parents, my sister.
You were like 9 going on 10.
Yeah, 9, yeah. My parents, my sister, my aunt and uncle this time, both my siblings and you guys. And it was just nice to see. And then especially just after the year and a half we've had, right, just to be able to just do that and celebrate. And it's awesome, and it's more. It was more than a celebration of a game. It's celebration of culture.
Yeah,
and anywhere, Little Italy, RDP, LaSalle, Laval, wherever they celebrated.
Yeah, and your brother said it best when we were talking in Little Italy, that it was a great feeling of community and unity, and like how everybody just came together to celebrate something, and especially that we all have a common factor, which is the Italian blood. Whether you're first generation, second, immigrant, fifth, it doesn't matter. Like, down the line, if you have Italian blood, you're Italian. And it was a chance for all of us just to just embrace and hug each other. I've seen people that I haven't seen in years in Little Italy. Every 5 seconds, I was stopping, saying hi to somebody, hugging people randomly and stuff.
Johnny's famous, guys, so just in case.
It was just amazing to see. I had a chance to celebrate something with friends that I don't really have a chance to celebrate with. Like here's just a quick example. Like for football, I'm a Patriots fan. There's not besides Adri, I don't really know much Patriots fans in Montreal.
There's a lot.
There's a lot, but I don't really get together with Patriots fans to watch the game. Hockey, Bruins fans, we have a good amount in Montreal, but when I watch Bruins games, I'm usually on my own. I don't really have other Bruins fans to watch games with. Just going down the line with club teams or whatever. But when it comes to the Italian national team, it's just pretty much it's all your circle of friends. It's all your relatives, everybody. If they support Italy, it's just a massive bigger number, and it's just a massive bigger number. Wow. I think the limoncello is starting to hit me a bit too. But long story short, just the sense of unity, community, togetherness. just it was great, and it was just happening in different parts of the city too. Like we were in Little Italy, but like RDP was a bordello.
Insane.
St. Leo started off as a bit of a mess too. It was like it was nicer because it was a bit more diversified now. Whereas when they won in 06, everybody was in Little Italy.
Yeah.
Like RDP obviously was still very busy in 06 because I remember friends like Facebook was just becoming a thing at the time.
Yeah, barely.
So I remember people.
This is the first time the Azzurri tweeted that they won a championship.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
They didn't fax it to somebody.
No, so I had Facebook at the time. I had some friends upload some photos from their digital cameras. And also people put videos on YouTube as a kid, like especially that summer when it was on.
Yeah.
I was always on YouTube, and like RDP was still busy, but everybody went to Little Italy.
Yeah.
But now like there was just different things happening in different places.
And you know what? I think I told you guys on Sunday, like, it's nice because with social media, with our phones, we're able to capture all these moments. You know what? In 06, my dad brought the camera. He brought the video camera. So we have pictures. We have good quality pictures. It's nice to have. The videos, I like 14p. They look like they were shot on a toaster. They're like such low quality. So at least this time they got better phones and stuff. But I wanted to ask you guys, when I got home, I kind of had this feeling in my stomach. It's like almost like a job's not done feeling. Like I want Italy to go out and win a World Cup now. With this group, with Mancini.
The Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
job's not finished.
Like Euros, but I want Italy to become the best team in the world. I don't know how you guys feel. Like I want them to see that, get that 5th star. And World Cup is in 16 months or something. Italy hasn't qualified yet, so we have a ton of questions. Once we get Joseph from Calcio Fan Blogs on, if he comes on, we're going to talk about that. We got a ton of questions regarding Qatar 2022, but Italy hasn't qualified, so we're going to put an asterisk yet. We don't want to jinx anything. They should. But, looking forward, so Italy plays Bulgaria in their first game back in September 2nd in Florence. It's going to be a nice celebration, hopefully.
Is that a competitive game or is that a friendly?
Yeah, World Cup qualifying.
Okay, good. And that's their first That's their first competitive game?
Yeah. And so that they could tie the record of,
No, beat the record. They already tied it.
They're at 34.
No,
they're at 34.
34. The record's Spain,
35.
Brazil, 35.
35, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So they already tied it.
They could tie the record against Bulgaria, and then the next game is in Switzerland. So that's going to be a tough one. But, like, I want to see them beat that record. I want to see them win the Nations League in Italy. Not because, Nations League is a big trophy or anything, because it's not. But more like a celebration.
Yeah.
A celebration like, hey, we just won the Euros 3 months later. Let's go out and win the Nations League at home in Milan, stadium that might not be around for a few more years. Hopefully in front of a ton of fans. Obviously they got to beat Spain in the semifinals again, and then either Belgium or France in the finals. Deal with that when that comes, and then qualify for the World Cup, and then win the World Cup. Big things ahead for the Azzurri.
So job's not done.
Job's not done.
Job's not finished.
Job's not finished.
It never finishes in Calcio.
It never does. No, you're right. But I think we said, even going into this tournament, that it would be a stepping stone for this young squad, for a lot of these players, for Mancini. They delivered big time, and now it's like, okay, we won the Euro. Where do we go from here now? It's like there's only, in my perspective, you can only go up, the way I see it. And I think they need to go into the World Cup being as confident as they ever been. Bring some more joy to the Italian people. And it's going to be tough because the World Cup is the World Cup. But I think they have every fighting chance in the world to do well in that tournament. So. Fingers crossed. We first have to, cross those bridges when we get there. And once we do, I hope that, we can be taken seriously, because I was seeing like nobody was taking Italy seriously. They win the fucking tournament. Now they merited. They were the best team. This and that. I'm like, well, where were you a month ago saying that? Italy's not going to be able to do much. They might do well, but you know what? We proved a lot of people wrong. In the Euros, I say, why can't we do it again when it comes to the World Cup?
So you guys want time for Joseph?
Of course,
Joe, he's waiting in the background.
Joseph from Calcio Fan Blogs. Ole, 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 ole. Joseph. Ole, 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 ole.
Joseph.
let's okay. We're gonna have to. Well, I guess we'll do it like this. All right, Joseph. I know you're a bit small, but we can't fit all in the same shot if we do it like this. Unless
It's okay.
See,
Oh, there we go.
We'll do it like this. All right, Joseph. We'll do it like this.
How are you, Joe?
Do you hear us?
Joe, you there?
I think he's frozen.
Oh, I heard something.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. We're experiencing.
There you went
Difficulties.
froze. How's it going, Joseph?
It's going good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
We can't hear it.
Guys are
Oh, right. You guys can't
guys
hear
are
us.
being
We can,
turned from
okay, I'll repeat.
Limoncello.
No, apologize. Can't you apologize?
or just repeat if you ask this
Wait.
question. you can repeat.
Wait.
Come on,
We'll
Nick.
do this. We'll do this. Wait. Give me a sec. I need to.
God damn
I
it.
need to change the settings.
God damn
Here
it.
we
Nico.
go. On the fly, guys. This is the first time we're doing this on the fly,
Not
getting
mic,
guests
speakers.
all together. So bear with us.
Wait, Joseph. If you talk again.
Oh, there we
There
go.
we
Is
go.
my audio
I'm
working
now.
good?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You might hear some feedback on the mic, but hey,
We're experimenting.
yeah, it is what it is.
It's an experiment.
Joseph, do you like singing?
Wait,
No, poor guy.
Wait.
Depending.
Billy from
Only in
Pizza
the shower.
Culture,
No,
cutting off
I
from the
like
limoncello. Yeah!
Joseph, do you like singing?
A little bit.
Okay, you won't
Just
hear
a
the
little.
song.
All
Or
right.
you might hear the song. I don't know.
Campioni d'Europa siamo noi.
Noi siamo noi!
Campioni d'Europa siamo noi.
I campioni d'Europa siamo noi.
Campioni d'Europa siamo noi.
We need that hit song. Un'estate italiana. We need another one.
Oh my god.
Joseph left. Okay, you're still there, Joseph.
Fuck, we're not singers.
Did you go celebrate on Sunday?
Joe, tell us your...
Oh, he left.
Oh, you bounced. Okay,
we're,
guys.
we're that bad of a singer.
It's okay. First time working this out.
So
but,
Billy asks, has there been a date set for the Maradona Cup?
Not yet.
No, but
I would love to
rumors
see
are
it.
December, January, apparently.
Wait, Billy, does Billy want to come on? Billy.
Message us on Twitter if Joseph. Let's see, Joseph's gonna come back on. Maybe we could have all three. But they did ask on our Instagram favorite memory from the tournament.
Wow. John, you want to take it away? I have a few.
Okay. Utirajir. That's probably one of them. And then Keza coming on for in Austria game and just pretty much getting us that W. Just that feeling of validation. I'm like, I knew it. He was going to be it. He was going to be dominant. I just knew it. And honestly, like, for me, those were probably my two favorite memories from the tournament.
For me, it's simple. Winning it.
That's a
like
good point.
like if I'm gonna choose like a favorite goal, probably the Chiesa one against Spain.
Yeah.
But honestly, every game, even just
Belgium, you mean?
No, it was
no,
against Spain.
in the semis.
When Ciro Immobile got those three defenders on him and he gave the ball
That was
up.
Chiesa. No, he said Insigne.
No,
No,
he
I
said
said Chiesa.
Sam Dandoni.
Now he needs to cut you off the
Too much
limoncello.
limoncello.
Too much limoncello. Sorry.
And but even the first game we watched it, the three of us together, like
I was
just
going to say that.
just I in the grand scheme of things, probably insignificant.
No, I disagree.
But for us, it was
Just-
significant.
it was the first major tournament game in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to have them, and I remember the feeling after. Like I wanted to go celebrate, even though it was the first game of the group stage.
I only disagree just because
Joseph's back.
this tournament for Italy started in Rome, and it came back to Rome. Fuck.
Forza
So for
Azzurri,
me-
sempre.
Yeah. So, but no, for me, that first game, kicking it off in front of fans, for me, at the Olimpico, which me and Nick got to experience, is a whole other feeling. I think was huge. The Otira Gira, like Johnny said, was fantastic. I was screaming like a madman. Chiesa's back-to-back games with the goals, and the call by Caressa there, it was just incredible. Even the Wales game for me, like the Pessina goal, and Verratti finally coming out, and there's just so many great moments. Obviously, the final is going to be remembered, and is going to be probably the homer pick for your best moment. But I think there's been so many different moments that, in the grand scheme of things, maybe are small to certain people. But I think if we don't have all these moments, throughout the tournament, maybe Italy doesn't win. So I don't know. The whole tournament for me maybe is the bigger answer.
What Joe? What's your favorite memory of the tournament?
I would have to say Jorginho's penalty versus Spain. That was a savage penalty. To do that in such a huge pressure moment was just crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sure he could have done a Kukiayo or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure he could have done a Totti or a Pirlo or something. He probably was. He's so cool, right?
Yeah,
that was an amazing moment. Although Italy won, so obviously that has to be the best moment. But that Jorginho penalty was just, like you said, cold as ice.
Joe, we brought you on. We want to talk about the future for Italy. We got a ton of questions on social media from Pizza Calcio, from Inter Milan 80, from Ask Richo, from Footy Culture, from Italy Propaganda on Twitter, all about Qatar 2022 and the squad, who to bring. I mentioned it before you came on. We haven't qualified yet, so asterisk. If Italy qualifies, how much of this squad do you think would change? Because it's in 16 months. Pretty young team. You look back to that 2016. That was an old team. That was a veteran team, pretty much at their last tournament, last chance to win something, and they did. Only a couple of young guys like De Rossi, like Barzagli, Buffon wasn't old at that point. He obviously played so many more years, but half the team made the Euro 2008 squad. I think it's about that. But I have a feeling a good amount of this team could play in the World Cup if they qualify. Would you agree with me there?
I 100% agree. I even think Chiellini is going to bite the bullet, and I think he'll end up playing in 2022. I think he'll just say, that'll be my last hurrah, and then I'll go into the sunset and retire.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, honestly, the Nations League is his last thing, as it's at home. We'll see. We'll see it. It depends with injuries and stuff. But, are there players you think that didn't make the team that would, maybe make that team in 2 years or a year and a half from now if they qualify again?
I think Moise Keane for sure. I mean, Raspadori, for example, wasn't used except for the game against Wales, so I could see Moise Keane being at the World Cup for sure. I think he's probably better than Raspadori, although people might disagree. And other than that, I don't see any other changes. I mean, you can put in Pellegrini or Zaniolo, but who do you replace for them? That's a big question.
I think the midfield's pretty. I wouldn't say easy, because a player like Castrovilli, it depends in 2 years from now. But Cristante, come on, if you have the chance to have Pellegrini, are you really going to put in Brian Cristante in a team?
Plus, Zaniolo was making this team. I don't fucking know what anybody thinks.
Zaniolo was perfect for either the right side or the mid,
or as a false nine. Honestly, I think Mancini started to experiment with a false nine in this tournament because Immobile, Bellotti, I'm sorry, they weren't that good.
Immobile got 2 goals.
He did in the group stage, but in the knockout stages,
he got 2 goals and 2 assists in the entire tournament.
I know.
He was a key assist for the Chiesa goal.
He could have been better.
Game.
He could have been a lot better. He didn't. The only chance he had in the knockout stage was his crossbar against Austria, and that was the first half of the round of 16 game.
Yeah.
He had to be better.
But every game, there was always 2 or 3 guys on him. The only time where I will say that he made a mistake, the only time was in the Belgium game when he was near the net, his back was to the net, he had the 2 defenders on him. He tried to outrun them instead of just dropping off the ball. That's where I would want to give him critique. But I think Immobile did a fantastic job in my eyes.
But you know what? I think, again, on this show, we've backed Ciro Immobile the whole way. I don't think we've ever really bashed him unless when it's been really, I guess, needed. But Gallo for me didn't get a chance to really show up. He always came off the bench with like minimal time to even do something in a system that isn't to his standard or isn't to his type of characteristics and whatnot. And Ciro, I know we saw him throughout the tournament, and I'm glad that Mancini stuck with him from the get-go and all the way through. I do agree with Nick that he had to have been better, but I think a lot of us knew that going into the tournament, we couldn't rely on only Ciro being a goal scorer, being the one to create opportunities in the final third. I think we all knew that we had other pieces that can do that. For me, many people are going to say that we went into the tournament without a true number 9. I don't know. I kind of disagree, but at the same time, we didn't get the production that a top international number 9 would produce, which is fair. But
it's rare that your number 9 nowadays is going to be somebody that's just potting in goals.
I was going to say that too. In 7 games, what do you expect him to get? 10 goals. It's not going to happen. So, you know what? Ciro, Gallo, thank you for your services in this tournament. Belotti, didn't score in the final, but scored in the Spain game, the penalties, which was huge. And you know what? Every contribution in my eyes is big. So Immobile does need to be better. I think that is a fact. But what are we gonna do? We're gonna only bash Ciro again. It's gonna be a fucking vicious circle. Like, let's move on.
Personally, I think they need to find a striker who plays a different style than Immobile and Belotti, because they both play similar styles. They're the target man.
That's what I'm saying.
Or like Mancini's gonna have to switch switch formations a bit. Like we saw, like Nick said, the false 9, and we saw Insigne.
Yeah,
roaming around a la Messi.
I think Zaniolo could play there. Even Ken in a way a bit.
But you know what? That leaves 2 attackers, which we had Chiesa and Berardi up top. Now, why couldn't we have Immobile Chiesa up there? I think that would be perfect, because Chiesa does running for days. He does a lot of dirty work. He can take on the man. He can put in a pass. And if it's not him, it's whoever's behind them. Insigne, Zaniolo, you want to say Keane? Who knows? But I don't know. Again, it's a long ways away. I don't think Mancini will really do that. It's kind of now playing, Monday morning quarterback. But it's definitely something that can be done in my eyes. Joe, I don't know what you think.
I was an Immobile doubter before the tournament, but I think he did good, and I guess I understand now why Mancini picks him. It's not really just for his goal-scoring ability. It's because tactically he's good at switching the play, and he works tactically for Mancini. And it's funny about Belotti because, I was watching a lot of these games with non-soccer fans, and they were observing and saying that Belotti, Mancini doesn't like Belotti because he's not playing him much, and I have to actually agree with that there. That's an interesting perspective, because there was no point of bringing Belotti if you're not going to play him that much at all. There was really no point at all. It was really weird that he put him on really late in the game all the time.
Personally, I think between Belotti and Immobile, neither of them playing a 4-3-3, right? Torino does not.
Yeah.
Torino plays
they play 3 in the back.
They play 3 in the back.
3-4-3,
3-5-2, similar to Lazio. So I think, you don't go for a player just because of the formation he plays in, but you have to, because these guys, don't forget, they don't get too much time with the national team, right? You play 10 to 15 games a year with the national team. It's not much. So for Immobile and Belotti to play with 2 of the top. Maybe like Adriano said, maybe like a 4-3-1-2 or something. To go from, playing with a secondary striker to go playing on your own, it's a big adjustment. I think, that's a problem. But you know what? If you look at the other way, Italy struggled. The strikers struggled in the knockout stages, and we still won the tournament. So imagine we have Immobile scoring all these goals.
Yeah,
exactly. Belotti scoring all these goals.
It's a bonus.
We're a dangerous team. So
it's a bonus.
And you know what? We have talented wingers. Insigne, Chiesa, Berardi. We have talented wingers who are going to score too. So if, As long as the striker isn't being like terrible.
Yeah, and I agree. And I want to just bounce off what you're saying. And we have Chiesa that can play on either wing. We've seen at Juventus, and I think he can even play up top, a la when he played with Ronaldo, Chiesa, at Juve.
Campioni! Campioni!
Ole, ole, ole! Mas Riccio, ole, ole, ole. But no, anyways, I think, look at these 3 stallions. Riccio, God bless you.
I learned from you, Mass, on how to be a stallion.
But yeah, no, I don't know. And again, with Keane, like Joe mentioned, Zaniolo, there's additions. We can be here for days talking about this, I know, but there's options. It's if Mancini is gonna play with those options and flirt with those options remain to be seen. Again, I think we're gonna go into the tournament 4-3-3. Better chant
that at my wedding when you guys get the invite. 100%.
We're there, culture guys.
He walks down the aisle. Everyone's just like taking photos, and you can see us in the background. Mastricio. He finally gets married, like when they both like he may kiss the bride. Campioni, campioni.
Ha segnato Massimo, ha segnato Massimo.
Berna's wedding earlier. Like Berna's wedding yesterday or today, where he chants in front of the crowd.
You got married today?
He got married yesterday.
Oh fuck! I didn't even.
The guy's just winning at every parts of the game right now. Just like, oh, look at that.
Fake M&M.
Okay.
And he was in his hometown. He was in his hometown in a car with his bride, and he was like, everyone was following the car, and he was just chanting. It was hilarious.
Yo, this guy's on top of the world, man.
He loves it. And Bernardeschi, I don't know if you saw Joe, but like his interview after saying how it was such a tough year for him. Obviously,
This guy cried almost.
Not good at Juventus, obviously, and he's a different beast with the national team. I mean, it's not like he really did anything stand out with the national team, but he did.
I mean, he scored a penalty that counts.
Yeah, he did his job.
Two.
He scored 2 penalties. He did his job. He
fuck
wasn't
up.
He wasn't Juventus bad.
He didn't fuck up.
And that gives me hope. Hopefully he goes back to Juventus, under Allegri. Hopefully, he plays well. But any like stand-up players for you this tournament, Joe?
There's a lot. Obviously, Spinazzola, who got injured. That was a bit devastating when he got injured, but luckily Italy were able to recover from that. Jorginho, obviously, and then one player, Chiesa, and then Insigne really impressed me. I really liked him. I think this was the first tournament he played a leading role on the squad. In 2014, he had just really started his career with Italy in a major tournament. In 2016, he was off the bench for Conte, and this was the first tournament where he was really one of the leaders of the team, and I was super impressed with him. He played so well. I was super impressed.
Yeah, and you know what? I think I agree with Insigne. I mean, obviously he didn't have a standout game every game, but for me, again, it was the bounce back. He didn't play tremendously well, maybe you would say, in the Austria game. He bounces back against Belgium, Otir, and he's back to being loved again. So it's these small things with these players, and even Barella. I think we would have thought maybe he would have had a bigger tournament in from the beginning, till the end. But again, he was our workhorse in the midfield. He did his job. He scored a goal, and was always active in the midfield, box to box. So I don't know. I think obviously Gigio for me is up there. Fantastic tournament. Again, love them or hate them, but our defending duo, Chiellini, Bonucci, have to give credit where credit's due. These are older center backs, older players, and everybody's doubting them how they're going to face when they face, tougher teams or teams with more pace. They have to do maybe just one of these, a little tug on the jersey, and we'll be able to win there. But no, I don't know. Chiesa, of course, I think he really emerged even more than he already has at Juventus. Jorginho, like you mentioned, Joe, Again, Spinazzola for me, but if not for the injury, like you said, I think would have been not only the best left back in the tournament, but probably one of the better players of the tournament. He was just so dangerous with Insigne on that left flank. It was ridiculous. We knew what we had there, right? So I know Di Lorenzo got a bit of flack and didn't have his best performances from every game there, but Florenzi goes down, he steps up and again does his job and continues on, right? So our midfield, Locatelli, Verratti too, both were fantastic for me. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it in terms of. I know I went pretty much every position, but
in every player.
But no, it's true because again, it's credit to the group, and I know I sound like a broken record. We sound like broken records, but it was the group that really got the job done. With Mancini at the helm. So I don't know if Johnny feels anything about that.
Sorry, I agree. I think that the group was good, and it had a different feel than 2006, just because in 2006, basically all the players on the squad were legends and Champions League winners and had won a bunch of stuff for their clubs, whereas a lot of these players haven't won for their clubs. They haven't won a lot of trophies, so it was a huge difference. But anyways, they won, so I don't want to compare. That's all that matters, winning.
Yeah.
Standout players for you?
Standout players for me?
Yeah.
Spinazzola before injury. Spinazzola was probably like we had hopes for him in Roma. He was still good at Roma, but just the fact that he finally has a chance to showcase himself, great. Chiesa, I'm so happy he validated that. As I mentioned before, he validated my opinion. But I would say those guys are pretty much the standout players. Insigne did a fantastic job. But for me, it would have to be Spinazzola, Chiesa.
For me, I'll say Locatelli and Pessina. Locatelli, I knew he was good, but I found he played above expectations. And then Pessina, I really didn't know much about him, to be honest. And he's a player that came in. He wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament, right? Yeah. He needed an injury to come in. And he scores 2 goals. And
did he replace Sensi or did he replace
Sensi?
He replaced Sensi,
yeah.
Pellegrini also got hurt. That's why Castrovilli came in.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But, Joe, we saw, 26 players in this team. Every single player, except for Meret, played at least 1 minute. And, besides playing the minutes, just to be around the team, for the younger guys, just to be around the team, to see what it takes to win a championship. How important do you think that is for their development, for the national team, when they go back to their clubs, if their clubs play in Europe? It's just a good thing for all of Italian soccer, right?
Oh, definitely. I think it's going to be more important when they go back to their clubs because, remember, a lot of these players play in Serie A, and Serie A clubs haven't done good in European competition in years. So I think this is huge when they go back to their clubs, and let's say a Pessina plays for an Atalanta or, a Chiesa goes back to Juve. Maybe they might bring that winning spirit to their clubs, and maybe an Italian club might win a European trophy soon again. Hopefully Chiesa brings that winning spirit to Juve.
We can only hope.
Europe.
And you know what? We're talking about the young guys for the veterans like Bonucci and Chiellini. I'm just so happy for them. They lost in that 2012 final. They've lost in 2 Champions League finals. The first basically trophy outside Italy for those two. And even for guys like Insigne, Immobile, Verratti, Florenzi, they lost in that 2013 U21 final against Spain. And they come in and win this year. I wanted to ask everyone. 2006 versus 2021. Both teams in their prime. Who wins? And also, which tournament did you prefer?
Minchia. What the fuck? This is not how I thought we would end this episode.
Not in their prime, but from the tournaments. So, the 2016 time travels, 2021, played 2021 team. Who wins?
2006.
Yeah.
2006.
Yeah.
For me, again, it's no knock to what we just witnessed with this 2020 team here, 2021 team, whatever. But it's 06 by a country mile. These are legends we're talking about. We're talking about, guys that
at the end of their golden era, essentially.
Yes, but I still at the top of their, abilities. Like, we're talking about guys like we had fucking Alessandro Del Piero come off the bench. You know what I mean? Like, who? Like, I'm sorry, but like, Gallo Belotti or Raspadori is not Alessandro Del Piero. Francesco Totti.
But they're two different eras, though. That's the thing. Like, don't forget that.
I know
that was an end of a big
playing...
golden generation. This is the start of, or in the middle of a new generation.
Okay, but it's 06 to the answer.
The
answer to the question is 06.
I say
yes, but like it's an unfair comparison. They're two different times.
I say if
Cannavaro. Who else? Fuck.
If it's played in 90 minutes.
If Nesta wasn't injured, imagine Nesta being on that back line too.
I say if it's played in 90 minutes, the 06 team wins. If it goes to extra time and shootouts, I say the 21 team wins because they're younger, they had more energy, and also I found this team.
Wait, we're taking age into consideration.
Yeah, you got to transport everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think Donnarumma is better in penalties than Buffon. Buffon.
Yeah, because Donnarumma's got more height on Buffon.
Yeah, Buffon, I think that was his weakest thing, was that penalties, even in that 06 shootout, it required a post, right?
Yeah. Wait, he didn't even save one.
No, exactly.
Hit a post.
And he went the wrong way each time, So if it goes to penalties, 21 wins. If, 90 minutes, I say 06 wins. Joe, what do you think?
I agree with Adriano. I think definitely 2006 wins. I mean, listen, this midfield is really good, but can they get past... They'd be intimidated by Gattuso because Gattuso's a monster. Remember, he was starting there. And then, just in general, are they going to be able to handle Pirlo? Are they going to be able to handle Luca Toni? Are they going to be able to handle so many different players I could name? And plus, it's just different because when Italy, in the 2006 World Cup, I found the overall quality of the players in the tournament was better. It wasn't as competitive as this tournament, which I liked about this tournament a lot, but 06, you looked at the Brazilian and French squads, I mean, I think the quality is relative to the other squads, so I'm definitely going with 06. I mean, they had to face France, who at the time beat arguably Brazil's best squad of all time, so I mean, I'm going to go with 06 for sure.
Jenny, have you thought about it?
Yeah, and
I just have something else to add. We'll go.
Because, look, let's start from the back to the front. Obviously, from the back end, you got Buffon, who's better than Donnarumma, but because that's Buffon at the time with years of experience. He's a Europa League winner. He's on a Scudetto winning team with Juve. He's the top of his game, and he's ranked top in the world, which Donnarumma is now. But Buffon's older with more experience. Defensively, you got Cannavaro in center back, so it was obviously better. But the wing backs in Grosso and
Zambrotta was good.
Yeah, but I think that Di Lorenzo and let's say they're all healthy and not injured. Yeah. Okay, the CBs win on the 06 side. Nesta, Cannavaro.
I think Zambrotta is better than Di Lorenzo, but I think Spinazzola is better than Grosso.
Yeah, 100%. But
I agree with that.
The CBs win.
Sorry, you said center backs.
But the CBs
but I agree with what Nicholas said because I think that Spinazzola is better than Grosso, but I think Zambrotta is way better than Di Lorenzo at this moment.
Florenzi.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
CB's the 06 side wins because you can't argue against Nesta, Cannavaro. You cannot argue against those two.
I agree.
In the mid, I think this year's mid was better than the mid that we had in 06. But up front, I would have to give the nod to 06 because, they were all towards the end of their time, but they were all still fantastic legends of their game, Champions League winners, Scudetti winners, even though they were, like I said, near the end of their time, they were still besides maybe Quinta, whatever. But
in jail.
But besides that, Luca Toni, he was nice, he was big, he was a good target man. I think he won. Capocannonieri the year afterwards or the year after that.
With Verona.
Yeah, I think it was a year or two later, if I'm not mistaken.
Germany now.
No, I think it was in the early 10s.
But I think skillfully wise, in terms of skill,
Immobile is skillful.
But I would say Insigne and Chiesa are good with their feet, much better with their feet. But
who are we comparing Insigne and Chiesa to? Because for me,
they played a different formation. They played a 4-4-2.
No, I know, but Perotta for me, whatever.
Yeah,
he's okay. Camoranesi, same thing. He's whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Our mid was better, and now than it is.
They had
06.
Gattuso and Pirlo.
Well, Gattuso, Pirlo, I
They're
think.
fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna
I get
say
that.
like.
Yeah, but
I was
like,
gonna say like if for example like we struggled against a Spain midfield who was fairly young, but we also struggled against an old Busquets. So
but
I don't know
like,
if we could.
because
This one
that
could
game,
be a Gattuso.
because that game they
I don't think
basically
they could
had.
get past Gattuso. They would get intimidated by Gattuso, I think.
Yeah, but that game.
Pirlo would be too
break
much
their
to
legs,
handle.
too.
Yeah, because that game they had Spain purposely left out 2 players to not cover Bonucci, Chiellini, because they knew they weren't threats, and they had 2 extra guys in the middle of the field to stifle any long ball, any clear ball. Every time an Azzurri player had the ball, 2 guys were immediately on him, and didn't give him a chance to think. That was just tactics. Like in the England game, we dominated the mid. Like it was in my opinion, like I said, I think in terms of talent and quality, our mid from this year beats the 06 mid in terms of quality, talent, passing. Okay, sure, Gattuso's stronger and he's a guy who's a fantastic ball winner. But if you're gonna make Gattuso run circles from your passing, like who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like
But then
Pirlo,
you have
okay,
Pirlo
fine. Pirlo's
too,
one of the
right?
greatest yeah, but if Pirlo doesn't have the ball. If Pirlo doesn't get the ball, what kind of passes can he make? If Gattuso's not winning the ball for
Then you
Pirlo,
have Gattuso that can win the ball back.
Yeah, Jenny, I think you're.
No, I know where he's coming from.
I think the 06
You know
mid
what we gotta do?
is not as talented as this.
You know what we gotta do? We gotta fucking make a starting 11.
I was just about to say that. A combined 11.
A combined 11.
We're going to come up with that tonight.
06, whatever. It'll come. 06.
What formation do we use, Joe? Do we use a 4-4-2 or do we use a 4-3-3?
You can do whatever the hell you want. How about that?
You use a 4-3-3.
Okay, we'll use a 4-3-3 with the 06.
Well, you can do whatever you want. I mean,
or like maybe a 4-3-1-2 even with the combined 06 and
or 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
sure.
Whatever it is, it doesn't
figure
matter.
it out. We'll post it on our social.
Or any formation you want.
Yeah, whatever.
A 2-7-2.
Was it Ala Thiago Motta?
Yeah, or we'll go with the old school like start of soccer. 1 guy in the back, 10 up front,
Sweeper.
no mid.
Baresi.
Or 4-2-4.
If you ever read the history, the history of soccer, that's one of the first ever formations.
Yeah,
1 guy in the back,
1-9,
10. Yeah, 9 in the front, 5 in the back, 4 in the front, 10 5 in the front. Like it was literally like either 1-10 or like 5-5, 1-9. Sorry, like I
Play
can't
offense or you play defense, and there was no in between.
Early formations were a mess. There's no such thing as midfield.
But before we go, guys, favorite memories or like preferred memories, 06 or 21, like preferred. Tournament. Which one are you, when you die at the end of the day, which one are you gonna remember more?
I have my answer. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, 06 was a World Cup.
Yeah, that's my second.
Yeah, 06 was a World Cup. Like, Euro's amazing, but I obviously 06 because it got the star.
You know what I'm going to say? I agree with Johnny. 06, for me, we always say best days of our lives. It's a World Cup compared to a Euro. World Cup is, harder to win than the Euro, even though the Euro is really hard to win as well. What I do like about this time around is that we're older. We got to experience it a bit more. We get to feel a bit more, united and have our own decisions as to where you want to go to watch it, who you want to watch it with, what you got to do. But again, 06, you can't beat that. Just the path to get into the knockouts. The semi-final, some people say is better than the actual final, vice versa. Again, we had great moments in this tournament as well, but, for me, 06, until we win another World Cup, I think is going to stick just a step above, moments that are going to come ahead with the Azzurri. But again, I think we can all agree that this has been an incredible Euro. An incredible journey with the Azzurri, and something that we will never forget. It got to bring Italians, like we mentioned, all over the world together. We're getting messages. We're interacting, engagement from all parts of the world that, Italy doesn't win this tournament or Italy doesn't do well in this tournament, we would never have. So it's been so great to not only experience it here in Montreal, but to see videos from Toronto, Melbourne, Australia, Boston, New York, Philadelphia. Holy fuck, shout out to Gigio Gran Cafe L'Aquila. That was fucking insane, man. Azzurri Fan Phil and all the guys, Giuliano, that we had the other week there. Incredible scenes in Philadelphia as well. So that's what it's for, right, guys? But I think until something big happens in the World Cup, 06 will be there for me.
And Joe, what do you prefer?
This is a tough one because in 2021 it was special because I thought personally Italy weren't in the top 5 favorites before the tournament. So they proved me wrong like crazy. Whereas in 06, this was probably one of the top 3 best squads. But I have to edge 06 just because there was no feeling like the 06 World Cup. It was the first time they had won in 24 years. The first time I had seen Italy win something like that. It was just crazy. I remember, I had in 06, I was celebrating like some relatives' birthdays at my house, and I had all the nonni from both sides over, all the uncles and aunts, and it was a special experience, 06, so I'm going to have to go with 06.
Yeah, for sure.
Agreed.
Like you said, because it's the first one and World Cup.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Punto e basta.
Yeah. And then Jenny, you same thing.
I said
Yeah,
06
you
because
said
it
06.
was because there's a start
Yeah.
that's involved.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're best in the world, whereas this one you could say you're best in
In
Europe.
Europe, yeah.
You know what's cool, though?
Let's make it 2022. I don't care. We'll celebrate in the snow on December 18th.
That's going to be fucking weird. I'm
2022.
sorry, guys.
I don't care. I don't care if I have to wear boots, a jacket. I'll buy an Italy jacket. I'll buy an Italy hat. I'll actually use my scarf. Put it to good use.
RDP is going to be fucking crazy again. I can already imagine.
We have to get.
Well, just go in the restaurant and celebrate. Just don't break anything.
yeah.
You know what? There's no guarantees when the Azzurri play, Joe. I think you know that as well. But you know what's cool?
Yeah.
Italy wins on July 11th. Go back 1982. They won the World Cup July 11th. So that's now another date that we can put in our calendars and celebrate. For those two championships, and it's just the early weeks of July are just so special for Italians. I gotta say.
That'll do it for us.
What an
Joe,
episode.
where to find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Calcio Fan Blogs. You can find me on Twitter at Calcio Fan Blogs. I have my Facebook page, Calcio Fan Blogs, and my website is in the bio of all those pages. So just check me out there.
Grande Joe.
Joe,
Grande Joe.
thank you so much for
You're
joining
welcome.
us.
Thank you for having me on. It was awesome.
No, you know
Forza
what?
Azzurri.
Thank you for coming on and experiencing this with us for the first time. It's always a pleasure talking culture with you. And again, thank you for all the support you've given us. We recently, nothing big, but we recently finally hit over 2,000 on Instagram, close on Twitter.
Awesome.
So you know what, the connections and just the continuous support by people has been so fantastic. Hopefully, we can build a little bit more of a following on YouTube and get maybe this type of style going on in the future. But again, just so much love. Going back to even when we were there in Little Italy, I ran into a buddy of mine, Nick Colatosti, from my Abbott days, and just showing all kinds of love for us. And I saw my tia Carla today, and she's showing all kinds of love too. So just shout out to everybody for showing the love. Especially now with the Azzurri playing and doing so well. So again, that will do it for us. You know where to find us, guys, at the Calcio Guys on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, here on YouTube as well. Catch our podcast on all your favorite podcasting platforms. Give it a share, like, subscribe, and we'll be back soon to talk a lot more Calcio. And Mas Richo with all the hearts. Richo, everybody that tuned in.
Gold Cup preview. Ready?
Canada
Canada already
wins.
won.
Canada wins.
Canada already won the first game.
Yo,
We'll see you guys later on in the group stage in USA.
Pizza Forza USA. No.
Ole, 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 ole.
Ole, ole, ole.
Canada.
Canada.
But yeah, guys, it's all love, and thank you so much for watching live. If you're watching the replay, even more love to you as well. Just keep sticking with us, and we'll be back soon to talk about more Calcio.
Thanks for listening.
All right.
Forza
Thank
Italia!
you guys again.
Bye.
Forza Italia sempre.
The Calcio Guys is a weekly podcast by Adriano Donardo, Gianni Delacoli, and myself, Nicholas Di Giovanni. We want to bring Calcio back to its roots in our communities and share stories from around the world about why we're passionate about the beautiful game. You can listen to us anywhere where you listen to your podcasts, including Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, iHeart Radio, and Mixcloud. Give us your opinion on social media at The Calcio Guys on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The outro song is The Last Ones by Jazar.